Hello everybody, it's Melinda here. I am using a new format on a new platform to record, so I'm just kind of waiting here for a moment to just see if it's working right. I think it's working right. Let's just hope this is working right. So, namaste. So good seeing you. It's so good connecting with you. It's a real honor to have been continuing to share what the insights are as I've been receiving them and bringing them to you. And so here we are post-election, so let's all take a deep breath. It's over. Good. It's over. So now we know the outcome. And a few things that I wanted to share about the election, about what now and where to move from here is, I know that we all have our feelings about the outcome. We all have our feelings about the election and what it means and what is it going to mean and oh no and all of this. And so I just want to reinforce a couple really important key points here. We as Americans got to choose. We went out yesterday and we chose who we felt would be the best representative to lead us into the next 4 years of our nation's doings and interactions, and so that choice has been made. And what's very important to understand is that you never lose your choice. You get to continue to choose moment to moment, day by day, how you choose to move forward. And so you could choose to continue the old paradigm being energy of polarization. He said, she said, we're right, they're wrong, we're good, they're evil, whatever that is. You could choose that. Certainly, that is up for choice. Or you could understand, you can begin to see and feel and sense and experience the changes on the planet. The changes on the planet are this polarized way of being is, we've done enough with it. It's served its time. It's served our way of being, and so we don't need that anymore. And the energies on the planet have been for some time actually been bringing us back into more unified states. So bringing us back together collectively as human beings, not as male-female, not as rich and poor, not as sick and well, not as Democrat and Republican, not as country to country, not as religion to religion. No, we're coming back to our humanity. And so these are the choices we get to make. We get to bring back this level of humanity and this understanding. And when we understand that there is choice to be made, and there is every moment there is a choice to be made. Do I fall into the old ways and do I polarize myself against someone else's thoughts, feelings, opinions, fears, beliefs, whatever that is? Or can I choose to step out of that, rise above, and come back into that unified place of there's another person, and there's someone who has feelings, and there's someone who has their own set of experiences, and through the lens of their experiences they are perceiving the world. And there's nothing wrong with that. And so I was listening to Brené Brown this morning because I love her so much, and her take on empathy versus sympathy I think is so on point, right? She says empathy, that it fuels connection. It's feeling with people. So it drives us together. Empathy is the new force. It's the energy that's here and available for us. Sympathy drives disconnection. So sympathy is kind of that old outdated way of being of, well, you know, at least you get to have blah blah blah, or well, at least this is how your life is. You know, that drives separation and disconnection. And so when we are truly empathetic to people around us and what they're feeling and experiencing and what they're trying to accomplish in the world, then there's some steps that we take to move towards empathy, to come into that sense of unity. So in Brené Brown's video on empathy, please watch it, it's so good. She talks about perspective taking, understanding that they're in their truth, whatever that truth is, and understanding that their truth is driven through their unique set of experiences. It's their soul's way of perceiving the world. That is their truth. It doesn't mean it's the highest truth. It just means it's their truth. And then staying out of judgment for me, and for most people, I think that's probably the hardest part, is staying out of judgment. We're so quick and easy to judge. And then recognizing the emotion behind what the person's trying to convey, or whatever that it is they're feeling, and then communicating your understanding of that. And so it's in this way that we can begin to fuel connection, is through practicing these 4 steps. And the other thing I want to remind people is, there's been some really great sages that have walked the earth and who have taught us well. And one of my favorite, especially today, is Anne Frank. And one of her famous quotes is, "In spite of everything." Here's a little girl who was trapped in an attic. She couldn't move, couldn't talk, couldn't do anything for days and days. And she walked away from that experience in spite of everything. I still believe people are really good at heart. And so she still was able to hold that higher perspective. And I think that the more of us that can do that now, that we can transcend all of this. The more love, the more light that's coming onto the planet, and there is a ton of support from the divine realms. There's just unbelievable support coming in from the world, and that support is here helping us to evolve. And it's happening, whether you want it to happen or not, it's happening. And even with the election outcome, it's happening. The energies on the planet are changing, and they are really more supporting unity, coming together, empathy. And this polarization is the way of the past. It's seeing its very final last days. And so how you choose to be within yourself, how you choose to connect with others after the election, I would invite you to consider stepping out of the old paradigm and embracing the energy that's here. It's here, it's ready for us, it's been ready for us, and it's completely available. So there's that. It's so funny when my mind just goes blank. I love that. So I do choose to see the good and see the heart, and to believe that people are truly, deeply, in the depths of their heart, they are good. We're all pure potential. Everything outside of us is a reflection of us. So as more light, more love, more support is being beamed onto the planet, and as the planet is going through these really intense growing pains, all the lower vibrational energies that no longer serve us, hatred, hurt, bigotry, all of that, it's coming up so it can leave. That's why it's in our face. It's because it's time for us to let it go. It's time for us to choose something different. And so as much as everybody got all on the bandwagon about, well, Trump just, preaches hate and he's just instigating hate, well, don't hate him then. It's a little bit of a crazy thought, but if you're so anti-hate, then stop hating. Then start finding ways to be empathetic with your fellow beings. Find those 4 perspectives of empathy and really, really practice them. Stay out of judgment. It's hard. Perspective taking. Understand where they're coming from, and understand that where they're coming from is colored by their own personal experiences, what environments they grew up in, and the social, economic, and the religious, and all of that, cultural, and all of that is part of where they're coming from. That's their perspective. It's their truth. It's not right, it's not wrong, it's just their truth. And then recognizing the emotion behind it, and then being able to convey that. I see you're angry. Wow, you seem really upset. And not needing to do anything about it. Just coming into that place of empathy. Coming back to connection. Coming back into unity. Understanding, recognizing that in spite of everything, we are all good at heart. So walk gently over the next few days. Please be kind to yourselves. Please be kind to others. Notice if you were very opposed to certain behaviors that were displayed over the last several months. Notice within yourself if you are perpetuating those thoughts, those actions. If you're so against racism, then find it within yourself and heal it. Love all people. If you don't like people hating on other people, then stop hating yourself. So it's with much love and much compassion that I bring this to you, and it really is my way of being of service. Walk gently, find honor and respect within yourself, and share that with all beings. We need it now more than ever. And what a beautiful, beautiful opportunity to practice it moment by moment, day by day. And then the world continues to grow and change. Many blessings to you as you go about your days, and I'll talk to you soon.